All right, Year 9, welcome to your English lesson for today. What you are actually going to be doing is you are going to be selecting two scenes from a film that explores non-conformity, and that film is up to you. You spent last lesson brainstorming some ideas, so I suggest you choose one of those films. You can change your mind if you don't feel confident with any of those films that were there. However, if you are stuck, that is the place to go. The film that I'm going to be analysing as an example for you today is Marie Antoinette, and I'm going to be annotating or analysing two separate scenes and considering the film techniques throughout them, the effect of the film techniques, and how they link back to nonconformity. And the expectation is that you'll be doing the same thing. So we're going to get started, and we're going to view the first scene from the film Marie Antoinette. All right. So we can see here that it starts off with an extreme long shot, so we can get a sense of the setting. We can see the extravagance of the palace, Versailles, and we can see that someone new is coming to the palace. The music is traditional, classical, and quite soft as well. It's definitely not the main feature. It's overcast, the colours don't look very bright. And those colours continue throughout this first scene here. There's nothing that's really standing out or popping. We see a lot of cream, a lot of dull colours, a lot of pastels. And something else we notice is how quiet this scene is. Take note of Marie Antoinette, her hair, her makeup, her costuming, and this blue motif. That's going to be really important when we do a compare and contrast between the two scenes. And you'll see this repeated close-up shot and the repeated point of view shot, so we can see exactly what Marie Antoinette herself is seeing, but also what she's feeling as she's seeing those things. We have the children there giving the daisies, symbolizing innocence, and we can also see her blue is in direct contrast to all the cream that we see in the rest of the scene. Again, we have a close-up shot on her face. This time she looks a little bit less certain, a little bit less sure of herself. Particularly when we can see others are crowding around her. Again, we have her point of view shot, so she can see the facial expressions on everyone else's faces. They don't seem to be really happy that she's there. And we see that pale blue motif again continue throughout this scene. So that's the first scene that I'm going to look at. And when we are thinking about nonconformity, it's quite obvious that she doesn't belong there, and therefore she's going to have to change in order to conform to the expectations of those around her. So the second scene that we are going to be looking at is quite different and has quite a different pace and tempo. It's also quite short. Just bear with me. This isn't the scene, but it's going to come up now. Already you can probably hear a difference in the music. We have this panning shot across the different shoes, and the colours here are a lot brighter, almost neon. Okay, and the song, while it's using classical instruments, it's actually a contemporary song. I said to notice her makeup earlier on, and see what her makeup is like now. We have the repeated close-ups and the extreme close-ups again to highlight the extravagance. Okay, but we can see that now she's started to conform to it, and rather than being on the outside, she's happy to take part in the extravagance that we see here. So like I said, the music, so even though it's using traditional instruments, it is a contemporary song, just to show her youth. Again, the high angle shot and the close-ups. And in stark contrast to the colours that we initially saw. So we don't really see that pale blue anymore. Instead, what we're seeing are these really vibrant reds, oranges, pinks. but still there is that little part of herself, and we can see that in the blue dress that that is being made for her. Okay, so she's there somewhere, but it's hidden under all of these ruffles, I guess you could say, and under this costume. And again, we have this close-up shot. She seems much happier, much more confident. And like I said, her makeup is really over the top, and obviously the hair is really over the top. So she's had to change in order to conform, in order to feel like she belongs in Versailles. Okay, and I'm going to be getting you guys to complete a very similar activity using the scaffold provided.